Yo, what's good YouTube, man? It's Gary with another Fan TV, man. Back at another video. Like the content of this video, go and smash that like button. Like the content of this channel, go and hit subscribe, man. Look, all right, man, here we are. We're 24 hours away from the Ravens' biggest game of the year, their biggest test of the year so far, the best team that they've played so far in this season, right? So you got the 4-2 Baltimore Ravens versus the 5-1 Detroit Lions. Let's get into some of the numbers. You know how we're going to do it, man. Keys to the game, XFactors. We'll talk about the Lions' offense and defense in terms of the numbers. And, man, yeah, I'll give my thoughts on the game, all right? So let's start off with the injury report for the Lions, okay? So they have a couple of guys on here, but I'm going to give the main guys that are out, that are, like, key players for them. So Jonah Jackson, their starting guard, is out. He's going to miss tomorrow's game. And David Montgomery, running back, is out. Montgomery has been a big piece of the Lions' rushing offense this year. He's been a really good signing for them. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, obviously, in the first round. He'll get a lot of that work tomorrow. But David Montgomery has held down that starting spot when everybody thought, me included, that he was just going to make way for Jahmyr Gibbs. He held down that spot. He's been playing really, really well this year, okay? All right, Lions' last 3 games, okay? 34-20 win versus the Packers on Thursday night. 42-24 W versus the Panthers. 20-6 W versus the Buccaneers. So that's their last 3 games. Like I said, they're coming in 5-1 on the year. And the only game they lost was in overtime to the Seahawks. All right, so the Lions fans, because I know a couple, feel the same way kind of how Ravens fans do. Like, we should be 6-0. Like, we were close to being 6-0, right? So Lions are really good, all right? Now let's talk about the Lions defense, okay? Yards allowed, 285 yards allowed a game, 7th in the NFL. I put in here that third down conversion rate that they allow, only 33%, 4th in the NFL. That's going to be big for the Ravens. Can they convert on third down? All right, passing defense, 221 yards a game, for 18th in the NFL, allowing 60.78 completion percentage for 7th in the NFL. They're only getting 2.5 sacks a game. That's 18th in the NFL. But this is the big one for them. Their rushing defense is 1st in the NFL. They only allow 64.7 yards a game. Now, that could be for a couple of reasons. That could be because, they're winning a lot of their games, so, of course, teams are passing the ball on them. But also, they have a good run defense, right? Aiden Hudson's a beast down the middle, okay? Well, not down the middle, but on that front line, and they got other guys that step up and playing well. The Lions' defense is kind of a mix of a bunch of different people playing well all in sync, right? They don't have a bunch of star players, but they have a lot of good players. So, I respect this Lions defense a lot. All right. Offense, 28 points a game. That's 4th in the NFL. 383 yards a game for 3rd in the NFL. Passing offense, 259 yards a game for 4th in the NFL. But this is the impressive part to me. They're only throwing the ball 33 times, 34 times a game. That's 18th. So you have a pass offense that is explosive, right? 4th in the NFL on an 18th amount of attempts. That means you're creating big plays down the field, right? To have that kind of efficiency, big plays are happening. So Ravens got to watch out for that. All right, they're only giving up 1.7 sacks a game. That's 5th in the NFL. Jared Goff gets the ball out of his hands, and also this Lions offensive line is really good. That's why they're able to run the ball so well. That's why they're able to protect the quarterback so well. They have a really good offensive line. Okay, all right, rushing offense, 124 yards a game for 8th in the NFL. On 31 attempts a game for 5th in the NFL. So that's about 4 yards a carry, I believe, somewhere around there. All right, so they run the ball a lot, but also that could be because of, they're winning late in these games, right? But they pass the ball efficiently well. The Lions are also top 10 in the amount of plays run per game. I think they're around 8th or 9th in the league, so they stay on the field, all right? So this is a big, big test for the Ravens offense and the Ravens defense. So this team is really going to be the best team they face this year. Also, the Ravens have to play better at home, right? So far this year, we haven't really seen an electric performance at home from the Ravens. Hopefully, this could be that game for them, okay? Now, I want to get into the keys of the game and the X factors for this game, all right? So, the keys to the game for Ravens offense, the first one I got right here is establish the run. Just because the Lions defense is good at stopping the run, hey, the Ravens offense is top 5 at rushing the football. So all of a sudden, just because you're playing a Lions team, you can't get away from that. You still have to get Gus going. Justice Hill, who I would love to see get more touches, I'll get him going. And maybe even you're able to sprinkle in some Keaton Mitchell. That's great for the Ravens, okay? So you have to be able to get the run game going. All right, you can't abandon it. You can't say, well, they stopped this pretty well, so we don't even try. No. Now I don't think the Ravens will do that. Todd Monken has been, getting the run game going, getting the attempts out there, so they have to keep doing that because it's an important part of the game plan. You have to keep this defense off balance. Just have to, all right? Now, second thing is the thing that's been the most frustrating part about this Ravens offense is the second half. So I got down here for number 2, second half energy, because I believe the Ravens will be able to score points with this Lions defense, all right? Their passing defense is 18th in the NFL. We talked about factors that could lead to that, teams are throwing the ball on them because they're losing the game, all of that kind of things. But even with that being said, the Ravens can probably throw the ball on this Lions defense, okay? The Ravens have to be able to come out in the game early hot, how they've been doing most of this season, right? But as the game wears along, the Ravens offense has gotten worse throughout this entire season, all right? That has to change. Coming out in the second half of this game, third quarter, you have to bring the energy. You have to be able to be as aggressive as you were in the first half and the second half. That's, to me, been the major issue, is that the aggressiveness gets toned down a lot, especially since the Ravens have been winning the majority of these games at halftime. Whether you want to say that's John Harbaugh or Todd Monken, I'm leaning more towards John Harbaugh because, like I said, there's never really been a trait of a Todd Monken offense is that they will take their foot off the gas. That hasn't really been a trait of his kind of offense. So for Harbaugh, Monken, when they get to the locker room at halftime, the key emphasis has to be we're going to play the second half how we did right in the first half, right? We're going to go pedal to the metal all the way full stop until we have complete control of the game. We're not going to slow down just because we want to be safe and conservative. Too many times being safe and conservative have gotten the Ravens in sticky situations that they had to climb and fight their way out of, right? Last week versus the Titans, we saw it. The Ravens are dominating this entire game. They're up, 15-3 at halftime, something like that, 18-3, something like that. And they come on the second half flat. This Titans team gets a chance to be in the game. Ravens only win that Titans game 24-16, right? A game that, once again, should have been a blowout. Like the Steelers game, should have been a blowout. We can go down the list, all right? So the key is come out the second half with that first half energy. And the Ravens can be in a good spot to win this game, okay? Now, keys to the game for the defense. Number 1, pressure Jared Goff, all right? This is for a multitude of reasons. Number 1 is the fact that he's not an extremely mobile quarterback, right? We know that about Jared Goff. Not saying that he's a statue back there. He can move a little bit, but, he's not going to take off and run. You're not worried about that from Jared Goff completely, all right? He's more of an extended plays to find somebody down the field, okay? That's what he can do. So the Ravens have to pressure Jared Goff, get in his face. Also because Jared Goff is not that great of a quarterback when it comes to getting pressure and still getting the ball off, right? That has been a struggle for him back even when he was on the Rams, all right? Now, Jared Goff is I'm going to say a much better player, but he is playing top-notch football, and he is a better player, I would say, than he was with the Rams, right? I can't say that, actually. I will say that. So for Goff, for the Ravens defense, you got to get pressure on him. And this is a clash of two strengths for both sides of the ball, right? Like I said, the Lions' offensive line is only allowing 1.7 sacks a game. That's amazing, all right? That's partly due to Jared Goff getting the ball out. It's partly due to the offensive line is really good. But the Ravens, I believe, are averaging 4 sacks a game and are top 5 in the NFL, all right? The Ravens have 11 different guys this year with at least 1 sack. So the Ravens have guys that get after the pass rusher, get after the quarterback, and Mike McDonald schemes it up, all right? We're going to need some more of that to get after Jared Goff. That's number 1 right there. And Ravens get a big boost with Odafe Oweh coming back. So now you get more fresh legs out there on D-line, more guys that you can rotate through to get after the QB, all right? Number 2 is limit the big plays, man. Limit the big plays. A lot of the Lions' big plays come on trick plays, play action. So you got to limit these kind of plays, all right? I've seen them do a flea flicker. I've seen them do double pass. The Lions bring out a lot of different kind of things, all right? So Ben Johnson is a very, very creative offensive coordinator. So the Ravens have to be disciplined on defense. And they've been pretty disciplined this year. Last year, Ravens had all kind of miscommunications and blown coverages. Roquan Smith showed up and kind of stabilized all of that. You don't see that as much from a Ravens defense. So we need some more of that come tomorrow, all right? When I think of Jameson Williams is going to be back, so we know that he's one of the fastest players in the NFL. Even Amon-Ra not known for his incredible speed, but still a guy that's a great receiver and can get down the field. All right, so and I've seen them do a big play to Sam Laporta, their tight end. So the Ravens have to be able to limit the big plays. Like I said, the Lions are fourth in passing yards a game, but only 18th in pass attempts. So that's an extremely efficient passing offense, right? They're an offense that can get the ball down the field without throwing it a whole bunch of times, right? That is a sign that they're an explosive offense. Okay, so Ravens have to be keyed in on that. All right, and this is where we're going to get to the X factors right here. Okay, the X factors for me is about the Ravens defense versus Lions offense, and I got two key matchups right here. This is Marlon Humphrey versus Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Kyle Hamilton versus Sam Laporta. All right. Now, when Kyle Hamilton was, kind of like the big nickel last year for the Ravens defense, right? He wasn't always getting these kind of matchups. But now that he's more of a traditional, strong safety, they're going to have Geno Stone back there at free. Kyle Hamilton's role can be a tight end eraser. And this is going to be the first time this year the Ravens have really faced a really good tight end. So I want to see, can he stick with Sam Laporta? Because we've seen Kyle Hamilton on slot guys. I remember in the Colts game, there was a couple of reps of him guarding Josh Downs. That went okay. That went decent. So I think Sam Laporta is more of a guy that I would like to see Kyle Hamilton on, right? Bigger tight end. He can get physical with him. He can match his speed. That's what I want to see from Kyle Hamilton. Can he take away Sam Laporta? All right. And for Marlon Humphrey, I'm not saying he's going to follow Amon-Ra all over the field and, wherever he goes, he's going to line up, because I don't think that's what the Ravens are going to do in this matchup. But the times that they all matched up, Marlon got to do his thing. He got to win. All right. Amon-Ra, I don't think he's not a guy that you're going to come shut out, completely take out their game plan. He's too good of a receiver for just to be completely blanked. He's too good of a receiver for that. But limit the big plays and slow him down. All right. If Josh Reynolds on the outside has to beat you, then you don't want that, but you can live with it. All right. Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra getting off. These are guys that you know are the staples of their offense. So try to make them go to somebody else. All right. And that's the X factors for me. All right. So and then like we said, we talked about Jahmyr Gibbs. I think the Ravens will be able to stop him running the football, but Patrick Queen, Roquan are going to be tested trying to guard Jahmyr Gibbs in pass coverage, right? So there's something else to look out for, all right? So I usually do a prediction at the end of the game, at the end of this video for the game. So this one's a little tough. I haven't really thought it out too much. I think the points will be put on the board, but I'm not going to say it's going to be 30 plus from each side of the ball. I think the defenses are too good to let that happen. All right, so I'm going to go 27-23 Ravens. That's how I'm feeling. That's the prediction I'm going with, 27-23 Ravens. Close game, down to the wire. This is a game that should be down to one possession for the Ravens. And I think the Ravens will show up, right? Because we always had the discussion, right? Ravens play up to their competition, and they play down to their competition. This is a game that they're going to be up for. The Lions are a really good team, and the Ravens will show up ready to play in this game. That's my prediction for it. Let me know your prediction in the comments. How is this game going to go? Who's your X Factors? What's your X Factors matchups or X Factor players in general, right? What you're looking out for. So that's my thoughts on the game. That's my prediction, 27-23 Ravens. And, man, yeah, let's go get this W, man. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy the game, man. It's Gary Richardson, the Fan TV. I'm out.